Hey everybody, welcome back to Evolved Equine Partnership. If you're new to my channel, I'm Brooke and welcome. Today I have Missy here and we are going to be doing the Liberty Series Part 4. If you have not yet watched Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, go ahead and watch those before you watch this one. I will leave the link to each one of those in the description below. So today for Part 4, we are going to be going over Liberty circling. So basically, I'm going to be standing in the middle and I'm going to have Missy going on a steady circle around me. I will tell you guys that me and Missy have not yet super duper mastered this. Sometimes we can do it at a trot, but most of the time it is at a walk. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of patience, and you have to really work hard at it and your horse has to really understand what you're asking. But first off, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the Liberty Series. First off, thank you guys so much for those of you who have followed along and watched Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, and now Part 4. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate the support you give me. So I wanted to offer you guys something that I think you'll be interested in, but I don't know if you will be, but I hope you are. If you're interested, and if you have watched Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, and now Part 4, go ahead and take a short clip of you and your horse doing something from Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, and Part 4. Post it and tag me. I will watch them and I will give you guys a shout out for those of you who have followed along. I will give you guys a shout out. Liberty is a big accomplishment and it is something you must be proud of. It is something that requires a lot of practice, a lot of patience, and a lot of communication and a lot of connection with your horse. So I really hope that you guys want to do that. I would love to see you and your horse's progress. So let me know if you want to do that and go ahead and post it and I will tag you guys and give you a shout out. So to start off, we're going to be starting on a halter and lead rope. You are going to want to use a whip or a crop of your choice. Again, like I say in all of my videos, your whip or your crop should only be used as an extension of your arm and to help your horse, to help you to communicate to your horse a little more clearly what you're asking. I also do highly recommend using treats. I just have a couple in my hand here. It makes them a bit more eager, sometimes too eager, and it makes it more enjoyable for them. It also helps you a bit once they learn the cues. So if you have watched my other ones, you know that I kind of use a leading hand. So that really comes in handy in Part 4. This one is the leading hand. I went over that in Part 1 and I believe Part 2 as well, is just really having a leading hand. We use a leading hand a lot in this one. I also do highly recommend using a voice command. My voice command is circle, just so that she knows that I want her to stay on a small circle and not go out onto the rail. I'll say on the rail to get her to go onto the rail, but circle means to stay close to me, and then also come when I call her in, trot when I ask her to trot, and then I whistle sometimes just to remind her to stay close to me and not leave. So I'm going to show you guys the first step. So the first step is to really make sure that your horse is good when you're on a lunge circle with them on a halter and lead rope. So first get this at a walk. Me and Missy don't even really have it mastered too much at the trot. It really takes a lot of time, but it's really cool to do at the walk. And you have to work really hard at it to get going into the trot, which is the stage me and Missy are working up to right now. Go out. Go out. So basically, all that you're going to want to do is see how I have slack in my lead rope. She's not tugging on me and I'm not tugging on her. She's not really doing a steady circle, but she is kind of has a nice form to her. Here she gets a little bit straight. So I'm just going to give her a little tap and remind her. If your horse is pulling their head out, all you're going to do is give them a quick little, she's not, okay. So if my lead rope has tension in it, all you're going to do is just give them a quick little pull to make them come off onto the slack. So there, she kind of, there. And then I give back to her. And basically you're just kind of doing a quick tug and then you're releasing. And you do that every time until they start to stay off of the lead rope and allow themselves the release. If you have a rope halter with knots on it, I do highly recommend using one of those. It makes it a bit easier. So that is the first step, is you just want to get your horse really soft on coming off that lead rope. I recommend working on this on one side before moving on to the other. Good girl. For the second step, before you move on to the second step, you want to make sure that your horse is really soft on coming on and off of, well, you want to make, my brain's not working today, I'm sorry. You want to make sure that your horse, before you move on to step 2, your horse is keeping slack in the lead rope. So you shouldn't have to constantly be tugging on them. Your arms should be relaxed. There should be a little loop in the lead rope and your horse should be just walking calmly. So we're going to start this all at a walk before we do any trotting. So next up, what you can do is I kind of did this with Missy when I originally taught it to her, was I kind of did something, I kind of went like that. And so now the pressure is off her face, but I still have that to kind of keep her here. Go out, circle, go out, circle. Circle nice. Circle nice. Good girl. Circle nice. Circle nice. Out. Good girl. Out. Good. Good. Stay here. Good girl. And come. Come. Good. So you can kind of see that when she wants to bring her shoulder in, I just kind of go like this to give her a tap and she moves out right away. So now you might have the problem of your horse wants to go out. I'm in a round pen, so she kind of wants to go out to the rail, but that's why we start on the halter and lead rope and make a cue that means small circle. So like I said, circle means to stay kind of around me, and on the rail, go out on the rail, or go out, or go away, or get out on the rail. So I have my cue to make her stay on this circle with me. And another thing that I kind of found helps, but your horse might not like this, is, come here, is I would just have her going out. I'll show you guys. Circle, go out, circle, circle. I would just place my whip on her back like this, and then that was kind of the length I wanted her to stay. And then here I would kind of tap and keep her out, and then here I would give her a little pull. Good girl. Circle. And so that might help you, or it might not. Your horse might get scared of that being on their back. That is something that I did just as a reminder to say like, hey, please stay with me. So moving on to step 3, make sure your horse has step 1 and 2 down really well. You can take your halter and lead rope off fully, or you can leave your halter on just in case you need it. So I'm going to leave my halter on, but I'm going to unclip my lead rope. Or actually, I'm just going to throw my lead rope over her back. And so now if I need to, I can grab her. So now comes really in handy the leading hand. So if you've watched part 1 and 2 of the Liberty series, you'd know that I teach her to follow the leading hand. So when I have her out, it's kind of going to be like kind of stay not too forward, not too back, and then I kind of like bring my hand in to keep her closer. You really got to play around with it and feel what works for you and your horse. This is just how I got Missy to learn to go on a circle around me at Liberty. Go out, circle. Go out, circle. Go out, circle. Go out, circle. Circle. Good girl. So at first, really don't ask them to go out for too long. Even if they just go out, take a couple steps, call them back in, reward them, pet them, praise them, whatever you're going to do. Don't push them out and make them stay out. And if they want to be right next to you and not walk too far out, don't make them go out, because then you're just going to push them away and they're going to want to go out onto the rail and away from you. You want them to want to be really close to you. So don't push them out and don't make them do more than a couple steps at first and then work up from there. Once you've practiced really getting your horse to stay close to you and not wanting to leave, can you stop? You're going to make the microphone sound funny. Once you've really practiced it, you can go ahead and take off your halter and lead rope if you're feeling comfortable, or you can leave it like this, whatever works for you. So to get the trot, just really keep working on it. Me and Missy are still nailing the trot fully. She can do a couple steps and then she kind of wants to go a little bit farther out. So we're still working on that, but we've got the walk down pretty good. So basically to get the trot, I just did the same thing with the halter. I did all the same steps, but in trot form. Okay. I did all the same steps, but doing it at a trot. So start with the walk and then move on to the trot. Start on one side and then move to the other. I really hope that you guys all enjoyed this video. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed the Liberty series. I had fun doing it and I had fun teaching you guys. And don't forget that if you want a shout out, don't forget to tag me in a short of you doing something from part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4 of the Liberty series, and I will give you a shout out and I will congratulate you on doing Liberty with your horse, because Liberty is a huge accomplishment that you should be proud of. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. I really hope that you guys all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!